be real bad for Cyber Legacy. I think they need to turn around and fight. They're not doing so. They'll take down the Void. Void has buyback. Will throw it out. Kuman throwing spells forwards as well. As it looks like Cyber Legacy still looking to fight this one as they jump forward. Stun up too. They want to try and save these barracks. The Cyberblade hits come through onto Kuman. Plasma's trying to control him up as well. Kuman staying maybe a little bit too long, but he has the Aegis, so it doesn't really matter. They'll jump the TA once again. Kuman doing the damage as well. TA will be falling here. It's a triple kill, and the TA dead. No buyback, as you say, as they look forward to the Lich as well. I don't know how much they can do. They don't have the damage. They don't have the spells. They don't have anything left in the tank. The Faceless Void's going to go down. A rampage for Kuman puts an end to game number 1, series number 1, and it will go to Virtus Pro. Jesus. What an ending. I mean, Virtus Pro, they're just showing what they can do. This is a team of timings, and when they hit those timings, they know they are stronger, and they will make sure that Cyber Legacy know that they are stronger as well. GG. Game 2, going Virtus Pro's way.
I think you got to give props to Resolution. Just being able to actually play inside that lane, like even though the lane was so rough, he still obviously just found his farm, played his game, didn't do anything like too stupid. He died 3-4 times, had that one turnaround, and then from that point, the game just became so much easier. Like he didn't have to do anything special, just play part of his team.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's kind of the power of just knowing the timings, and one of the reasons why I kind of feel like Cyber Legacy have struggled recently to find the wins here, because they don't seem to play at the same rate. You know, they do make aggressive movements, they do go for towers and such, you know, they wouldn't be winning if they didn't, but they don't really seem to be excuse me, making the same kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, you know, the you know, this
karate chops.
Action, maybe it's an action, the affirmative action.
I think,
you know,
if you look away from the game and look at how they play the map, I'd say that Virtus Pro, they understand their drafts, win condition, how they can actually get there, what items they need. Even if they have a bad start, they know like how to offset their play style to then align with their timings.
Yeah. And
the key thing is they actually know how to utilize the objects on the map. So Roshan, for example, you can use Roshan to draw people in to force a fight at Roshan. And I think Virtus Pro, they understand this part of the map so much better than Cyber Legacy, because 2 games in a row, Cyber Legacy have lost simply due to their inability to properly approach Roshan with a clear mind. Like, you had the first game, you had Cyber Legacy committing for it.
Let's get production to change the score.
Oh, sorry, no worries, thank you. That's, yeah. So, like I was saying, so you've got the first game, Cyber Legacy, like half committing, half not committing, really trying to go for Roshan, but they're just not on the same page. But in this game, Virtus Pro just so much cleaner. When they go there, they just know exactly what to do. And then the flip side to that is you have the smokes as well. Cyber Legacy, they keep trying to make smoke plays as if they have the ability to do it, but they can't. I think they've made probably like 8 or 9 smokes across multiple series now, where they actually have no kill potential. They have no way to actually do anything post smoke, and their lanes aren't ever in good position. So I think overall, Virtus Pro just making sure, even if they make sloppy mistakes, their ability to play the overall game, smokes, Roshan, playing the map aggressively, pushing out lanes, that is just a little bit better. It's just better than Cyber Legacy, and they're the fundamentals. And if you're better at the fundamentals, 9 times out of 10 you will win these games.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds straightforward, but some ways it is, but then, you know, those things you're talking about, those aspects, you know, smoking, the team fighting, Roshan taking, those are so infinitely complex, you know, you can just get into that forever, you can improve almost forever at it, as we well know. And, I mean, the end of this game means that the series is going to go 2-0 over Virtus Pro, well deserved as well. I'm disappointed to see Cyber Legacy's play today, because I feel like we saw glimmers of a better team.
Yes, we have to give props to them. Yesterday, their first game they played was the first time that I've seen a truly 20-minute lineup, or like 25-minute aggressive lineup, have the ability to scale into the late game due to their like cleanliness in choking out their opponent, making sure they couldn't really farm out creep waves, making sure they couldn't even get out of their base to do anything else, waiting 25 minutes, not even going for kills for 25 minutes, and then at the point in which they had the items, they went. They killed everything. So their first game was really good.
Yeah.
And then after that game,
their first game yesterday, it's been downhill since then. Kind of feels like something's been missing. Something got knocked out of them, and they haven't been able to bring it back, which is always sad to see.
Should we go for the harsh truth?
All right.
Here at the bedroom level production, are we harsh truths or we
we just
say as we see it. All right, okay.
Yeah, bare bones here.
Pikachu
He's a
did
problem.
not perform at all today. I think he unfortunately yesterday he looked pretty he had a position and in the game and he had like authority, but these two games, Storm, TA, died at crucial times. When you die, when you're playing a tempo-based hero and you die at crucial times, what do you do? Like this TA game, he dies at where the bounty rune is, right?
Yeah.
By himself. Yeah. Why are you there? You get killed. That's the turning point. If we load up the graph, but again, we're not going to do that as we talk though, because that's way too much production. But actually, you know what?
We can go back into
No. Can you do that? Yeah, go back into the game. There you go. Switch it through. Hold on, production value. You can probably see. There you go. So the point in which the game truly dips up is actually when the TA dies, and that is pre 30 minutes. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, around pre 30 minutes is the key defining moment when the TA gets her tragic death.
Yeah, around this point here.
Yeah, exactly. Right
exactly
there.
where you say.
And that single death, that you cannot make mistakes when you're
allows
playing.
The storm to overtake and.
Yeah. So I think, unfortunately, if we have to be honest, I think Pikachu just had a little bit of a rough time, and but yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately so. And that does spell the end of Cyber Legacy's time here in the qualifiers, at least for the major. But we will be seeing them, excuse me, in the minor
which they
playoffs.
Should I think if they look over these games, they're going to be so scary for that playoff. So scary.
Yeah. If they do, that's a big if though. You know, the teams whether how much they kind of have time to improve as well. I mean, in a way, it might be better that they come out early today so that they can then spend the rest of the day reviewing and be prepared for tomorrow's minor games. But right now it's looking. I don't know. It's not looking rough for Cyber Legacy. I think there's plenty of hope in this lineup. You know, it's nothing fundamentally bad. But yeah, we need to see more from Pikachu. We need someone, you know, either Pikachu or Plantimos to step up and play that kind of aggressive tempo controlling gameplay style, which neither of them are doing otherwise. I'm just going to throw it over to your cat. You're going to be all alone here, T, for a minute as throw it over to you because I need to get into the next lobby. Yeah.
All right. No. Just going to sit here and ponder.
Let's sit here and ponder, yeah.
So the next series is HellRaisers versus
Na'Vi.
Na'Vi. Ooh. Damn. We're going to have Pasha God. He played so well yesterday, actually. He played Park Legion Commander. They were beautiful games. So yeah, I think Pasha, stand-up performance, and HellRaisers, of course, fan favourite, Gilga. Can Gilga qualify for his first DPC event in the new team? I think pre-HellRaisers, he played on some kind of tier 3 CIS teams, so never really had a strong showing anywhere. Then the man just hits up the solo queues, plays a couple games of Bulldog, gets a bit of notoriety, and that was a horrendous way of saying that word, but whatever, we'll roll with it. And now this man's... Is it 2 slots? So this is, if they win this game, are they through? Or is it then a grand final?
Yeah, it's 2 slots. If they win this game, they're through. 1 best of 3 away from making it to the major. Dang, indeed. Yeah, it's either going to be HellRaisers or Na'Vi taking the first spot there, and then the loser goes through to face off versus Virtus Pro in the lower bracket. I mean, let's be honest, we all want it to be Na'Vi, don't we?
Wait, you mean against Virtus? Oh, yeah.
Na'Vi Virtus Pro playing off. Loser goes to the minor qualifiers, gets eliminated.
Yeah,
altogether. Winner goes to. I mean, we gotta help for it. We gotta hope.
No,
for
but
it,
like
right?
I feel. Yeah, I want. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, but then the other part of me thinks I would like Na'Vi just to go through because I want them to qualify. Right? I think Na'Vi, the way that they played yesterday and the overall just performance and just, I just think Na'Vi should qualify. Go get in there. No chance. Don't even try and go for a lower bracket thing just for the meme. You know.
Yeah.
Let them have it. And then HellRaisers. Let Gilga come in. Gilga swipes on in.
Like, the sword of justice. Gilga comes around crusading through. You know what, Na'Vi? We're gonna just forfeit to use that we can go and assassinate Virtus Pro in the lower bracket and save the CIS region. Gilga, savior of CIS. Is that the picture we're painting right now?
Sure. Oh. You casted those qualifiers in Twitch chat. How many people spammed Gilga?
Oh yeah, he's like number one boy. I hadn't even heard of him before. Like I started casting like the Heyman.
You didn't
Masters.
even know Gilga?
I didn't know Gilga. No, I didn't. Apparently, he plays the Bulldog, so that's why people. I mean, like I'd seen him around in some MMR games and watch him and stuff, but like I wouldn't say
he floats between like top 40 Europe leaderboard on support, and then he goes all the way down to like 200. But he like non-stop fluctuates within those ranks. So, do you have any update? How long until the next game?
Don't know, mate. They're chilling. They're chilling. Do we want to chill for a bit, or you got more to discuss? I mean,
did you see anything interesting in Twitch chat during these games? Did you see any?
No, I need to get our boys on that, don't we?
Yeah.
Get some. All right.
So
we're going to sort out some content.
I'll just warn you. Just watch out what you say in Twitch chat during these games, because we're going to bring you up on anything maybe too ludicrous. Because you're quick to bring us up on like during the high pressure game where we're seeing a lot of stuff. Like I might go, oh wow, this could be a good Void gate lane. He then gets binned. So like Lulcaster 2K, and then Nomad might be like Void Spirit in bot lane when it actually meant faces Void.
True.
But the game's so intense, so if you guys say some words...
You can be our third analyst, guys.
Yeah, so if you say anything interesting in Twitch chat, we'll bring it back up at the end of the game. Yeah. Because at the bedroom level studios, we really care about our viewer.
You.
Yeah, we bring you into our bedroom.
Our bedrooms. Oh, okay.
Oh, your bedroom.
Going out on that slightly Kappa Pride moment, we're going to take it over to a short break, play some ads, and then we're going to be back with the next match in the series, which is going to be Na'Vi versus HellRaisers in the upper bracket finals here at the CIS qualifiers for the ESL LA Major. Adios.
Bedroom coverage.
Bedroom coverage. I don't actually have a button to bring us back to
oh no, we've absolutely muddled it.
It's time! Are you ready, Birmingham?
To be brilliant is to defy convention and challenge expectations. So Intel will bring the processing power for when it's time to go brilliant. Frame rates that keep up with your reflexes. Brilliant. Fast clock speeds for when you're on the clock. Brilliant. It's what we do at Intel, powering you to master your potential. Will you rise? Intel. Unleash your brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. What do we got? Oh, no. You're not going to want to see this.
I don't think this is going to work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
no matter what your passion is. Soccer, rugby, racing, or esports. Become a part of the experience with the moments we deliver.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You are mine. Come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Peach yellow skies we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies we keep on searching, but we will never know what
Hello and welcome to the ESL1 LACIS, that's a lot of letters, closed qualifiers, where we are now at the upper bracket finals match. My name is Nomad, joining me is T Governor, and let's get straight into this draft, because it's already live. We have got ourselves straight into it, really.
Yeah. They've...
HellRaisers versus Navi in the upper brackets.
Yeah, we're sitting there having a chat, and there's like one pick, discourse a little goes longer, and then suddenly bands have already gone through, so yeah. Opening up. Navi has first pick, opted obviously for the puck. Again, very classic into the meta. HellRaisers responding with the AA and Enchantress. Just you expect to see some variation of AA or Clock or Ench and
Lich coming out.
It is interesting to see though that obviously Gilga, he's best known for his tiny, his puck. He plays quite a mean Enigma, but it's not really patch favoured, so obviously you can't really rock that right now. Clockwork as well, but I haven't personally seen him on the Shaker, so if this is a 4 Shaker, then it'll be interesting to see how Gilga's going to perform on potentially a new hero, or at least a not so seasoned hero that he likes to play.
Yes, yeah, a likely seasoned hero, but we've seen a ton of Gilgit Disruptor, but it looks like it's not going to be
sniped away.
In the other hand this time. Yeah, exactly. Navi are going to be taking that one for themselves.
Just look how clean that draft looks right now. The puck, this is why puck first pick is so good. You can easily flex it between mid, 4. It even had a small brief time from Secret. Puppy used to play at 5, but yeah, not anymore. But it just looks so nice. You got your nice initiation. You got your disruptor. Was it Maposhka played a really mean disruptor yesterday, right?
Yeah. He had a great game on disruptor. Like kept dying first in the fights, but it didn't really matter because he just dropped his spells, and then it was just like, well. We killed Disruptor, but now there's 3 heroes stuck inside and they completely shut down the Meepo with it as well, which is really cool to get.
And a really nice pairing with the Disruptor is the fact you have the Clockwork. You send off the Rocket Flare, and that gives you that vision that you normally don't have for the glimpse. Like sometimes you see Disruptors holding a ward just to put place on the high ground to be able to get that kind of glimpse of vision.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
See what you did.
But then HellRaisers just so that cute interaction there. But this Void Spirit
remaining.
It's just so diverse in its item build. I love seeing heroes that have the ability to buy any item they need for the game. Like for example, TA is such a boring hero.
Yeah,
it's like Deso, Blink, maybe a Hurricane Pike instead of Blink if maybe you're against like a Slark or something at best. But it's so one-dimensional. But then Void Spirit, you've got the small crit Deso Solar Crest Rapier potentially build. That's a very cool build, Topson build. Yeah, and then you've got like the Yules, Hex, Lincoln's BKB, that kind of like I want to be in the fight build. But no, yeah, then you get a Shadow Fiend response, and again Navi's draft. It just each pick just looks so clean. They're just it's so scary when you play against these types of lineups. Like when you have HellRaisers lineup, like who wants to be at the front right now? You got Earthshaker, who's your counter initiation or initiation depending on how the game's going. Ench isn't really that tanky. Maybe once she gets to level 6, maybe later on if she buys a pipe, she can be a little bit tanky. But no one on HellRaisers right now wants to stand at the front. So I'm seeing maybe shifting towards a Medusa type carry, because otherwise I don't see them being able to actually take any real team fights into Na'Vi, because it's just so easy right now for Na'Vi to execute this lineup. It's leave laning phase, maybe get an extra 5 minutes of farm, and then just go.
Yeah, it's looking like a strong draft. I mean, anytime we see the Shadow Fiend, it's always one of these heroes. It's just his damage output is absurd, and now with Requiem, it also gives him the lockdown with the Theory as well, or kind of like team fight control if you like as well, which can be really, really useful in a lot of situations. It also gives him a TP cancel, which he didn't have before. I mean, it's a hard one because of the wind-up time. Often it's a little bit too late or gets misused, but it does give you that, which Shadow Fiend, it just adds to his kit and makes him a scarier hero. So I do rate Shadow Fiend very highly right now, and he's been super popular in the CIS region. I mean, everybody wants a bit of the Shadow Fiend cake. That said, didn't see him last season, this series, did we?
No, not at all.
Virtus Pro and Side Legacy definitely like to play it.
Yeah,
but,
they do.
Yeah, they didn't get that.
It has to just fit nicely into your draft. Like right here, they have they have the initiation, catch, wave clear, strong lane. So like the Shadow Fiend just works because it means that this Death Ball is enabled. It's like if, for example, you pick it and you don't have any way to really move forward, then it's like you have a conflicting kind of lineup. But I think Na'Vi they just need to pick up a solid carry right now, just someone who can allow them to just just run at them. I think maybe Juggernaut could be pretty cool. I know it's not really a hot pick right now, but it's strong into the Enchantress and laning phase, and overall you don't really care too much. It gives you that slow siege, and I think there's going to be a point where Na'Vi are able to easily go forward. I think I'd like to see them as well cover themselves from like these potential Medusa type picks, because they need to be have a carry who can buy Diffusal potentially, because otherwise I don't see them actually killing this hero at all.
Yeah, I think something like the Troll's much more likely if it's still on the call for it is for Na'Vi. They go for that.
Okay, this will go over it. Sure, that's...
Yeah. I just want to mention, I don't think Jug is that good versus Enchantress in lane anymore, because she doesn't have Untouchable until level 6. Her spears go through Magic Community, right? So...
Yeah, it's mainly the healing ward. It's a sustain. Like, early on, you don't really have enough damage, so it's like you spear, so the Jug can play off his regen, and because you have Disruptor Clock, as soon as they bring a rotation in, she will die from the spin, so there's kill potential and she has sustains. The real question here is, Na'Vi just want to go, they want to fight, so I think HellRaisers need to decide. I don't think they can pick a single hero that has, there's Medusa, they have to pick it. Like, there's no way that they can play this game with any other hero. I will say, I do apologise for... We actually do have a bracket up here, but... Oh, you do? Damn, you can see it.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. So, we have our last series with Virtus Pro 2-0ing.
Virtus Pro 2-0'd Cyber Legacy. Yeah. And now Virtus Pro in the lower bracket finals here. Maybe the light might be not helping, but still. Currently in the upper bracket finals, HellRaisers Na'Vi. The winner does qualify to go to the major. The loser will play against VP in a final best of 3 to see who's going to go through. So...
Might be a bit of a spicy game, that one as well, if it ends up being Na'Vi versus
What you mean
Virtus
if
Pro.
this team on the right falls down to this place on the right here, yeah?
Maybe. Yeah, those two teams. There's a little bit of drama. We'll get to that later on. We talked about it a little bit at the start of the day. We'll talk about it more if it does come to tuition. But right now, we've got ourselves into a series of HellRaisers versus Na'Vi. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, Na'Vi, I know this team, HellRaisers, these guys have been around a long time, but I've never really been sold on this, but I think actually to me HellRaisers are the favourites on paper coming in. I think their draft is pretty nice. It's mostly just going to be how well they can defend versus Na'Vi. They put themselves in defensive position, and Na'Vi have to go.
I personally think that Na'Vi, their draft is way too clean, way too easy to execute, and I think that HellRaisers...
Too easy.
Yeah, too easy to execute. In terms of like the comparison, like HellRaisers, they need to have strong laning phase. They need to enable this Medusa. They need to fight around high ground. Na'Vi, they have no limitation to vision because they got Clockwork. They've got this Puck who's able to like get in front and disengage. Like they have the ability to push with Shadow Fiend. Like, overall, their way to win the game is a much quicker timing than HellRaisers. And even if they die once or twice due to like a misplay, it's not like they're suddenly out of the game. Like they are going to be able to fight again. They don't have big cooldowns. So yeah, I think Na'Vi are going to in a strong position to command this early game, and I think probably should win the game based on draft.
Okay.
But of course, HellRaisers, they've shown that they can come back multiple times. They've had a rough... There is, well, one of them.
Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 1 of starting now here at ESL LA. CIS closed qualifiers. Winner of the series will be qualified to the major. We're having a quick opener and then we'll be into the game. Hello and welcome back to the game as we're all set up and ready to go for this matchup, and we have Kasani on the middle lane on the Void Spirit, just flexing a bit on Magical here. Magical is hanging out on the Shadow Fiend. What a weird set from Magical. Almost every player seems to have the Arcana, but this guy's like, no, I'm going to go for this weird, I don't even know what this is.
Do you see Kasani just take 2 tower hits just for no reason? Like, he wasn't even checking for the ward, he just kind of walked into tower range.
We'll give him that. Up in the top lane, Funnick just setting himself over Crystallize here, throwing some impetus his way and securing up the bounty runes, which will make it 2 for 2 as Navi pick up their second down in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, next to Maposhka, we're laning up. So it is going to be the safe lane Medusa and the Void Spirit in the mid.
Yes, mid lane, it will be... I think Shadow Fiend favoured just because of the triple raise. Even though you might be able to dodge a couple raises with the dissimulate, but overall I think Magical on the Shadow Fiend should be able to have a strong performance in this mid lane.
Meanwhile, up the top lane, Crystallize and Ilias playing against Funnick and Gilgear here on the Earthshaker. We'll see how much Earthshaker is able to do in this game. It's always the question when you see this hero being picked, how much roaming potential does he actually have?
It's quite interesting. Actually, Funnick is the one with the lane pushing in, as if like normally you do the fissure block and then you have the wave under your tower, but I guess this time they're just opting to block their own wave and then play off of the maybe double creep wave. But interesting way that they're changing up how you play an Earthshaker lane.
Yeah, not so much as they're just trying to wrest control of the lane a little bit here, but I don't feel like they will be able to versus Crystallize and Ilias. It seems like a pretty good lane, but so far, Funnick doing a pretty good job just throwing out these impetuses and being super annoying towards Crystallize and Ilias. Up here at top, meanwhile down at bottom, Oshka. Want to stay away from Slayer. If he gets caught inside these battery cells, and he could be in some trouble, but he knows that. He's keeping his distance.
Yeah, a strong start coming out from Dire. Early CS leads, but nothing to read in too much.
Gilgear looking for his first rotation of the game onto Magical here, but could be not so easy.
They don't have the damage, and Kasani will instantly die if he tries to go into a Shadow Fiend at this stage of the game. Oh, Magical getting given the blessed regen rune. What a skilled mid laner.
Yeah, this guy's good. And
he rolled the dice.
Yep. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't actually farm up the lane, but goes to block instead. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, they might have Slayer dead to rights here as Gilgear comes over, but actually, never mind, they don't have any lockdown. They don't have Cold Feet yet.
Yeah, this Enchantress already been pretty much given a lot of XP top, so they're just opting to try and secure this Medusa. I don't know how well this is going to play out though, because a solo Ench can't really zone a Bloodseeker, especially if you have the sustain factor of Bloodseeker. Any core with sustain against an Ench just doesn't really care too much. And that's why they're going on Funnick right now, potentially getting the kill, but no, the Fairy Fire coming in.
Not enough damage. Yeah, the Fairy Fire heal comes in, saves the day for Enchantress. But still, Navi getting a lot of freedom to do what they want up in this top lane for Crystallize here, as he should have potential free farm, as Gilgear has made his way over to bottom. Unfortunately, Slayer's on top of him now, which is going to be kind of annoying, but getting through the trees.
Oh, boots on boots action.
Yeah, fast boys coming over, but Moshka is going to clear Slayer off here. Again, another slow kind of laning phase here. We've got 3 heroes in the bottom, 4 HellRaisers though, so we're kind of expecting some kind of movement to be made, at least to assert control, if not get a kill. As Medusa, she's not actually farming that well so far. 12 and 7 to the Bloodseekers 18 and 10. As,
yeah, it's because you have this tri lane, you kind of feel like, oh, should I come and help click them guys? Oh no, I'm gonna hit some creeps guys, or yeah, Pasha just trying to get as much armor as he can in this lane. Like, it's so underwhelming when you have an AA Earthshaker Medusa tri lane. Like, what kill potential do you have? You don't have like a chain of stuns to throw into a puck, so I think Gilgear just feeling a little bit out of place in the early stages of this game. Like, I think he's just waiting for one of his cores to want to head up the jungle, so then he can take over that lane and just maybe flash farm that Blink Dagger. But luckily Medusa is that hero, so that safe lane at some point, maybe a level 7, level 8, there will be that time in which Earthshaker can take over that Medusa's lane.
Once again, Pasha. It's a really easy lane for him to get away from, just time and time again. We want up in the top lane, Funnick getting right clicks by Crystallize here, and they're gonna have the kinetic field into That's going to be a first blood coming through for
You have to be able to enable this area.
HellRaisers. I'm not really sure what they're aiming to achieve. Okay, coming across his clockwork, his mortal enemy rune from them as well, so even the bounty runes weren't even able to get an advantage on that front. Oh no. Nice. Jesus.
Instantly deworn.
Nothing going HellRaisers.
Oh, the Shadow Phoenix. Look at the...
I know, it's bad across the board. Mikasani, fortunately, Void Spirit, it went equally as badly, but they're trying to make. Oh, he's got an Invis Rune. Never mind. See you later. Double damage or haste to get a kill, I'd imagine. Yeah. Sonic. Come over. Magical. I'm actually facing. Wow, lucky Kasani. He's like, hell, he is going to go down all the time.
38 CS, 26 denies. This is the start that you want to see from Navi's lineup. They're a lineup that, as soon as they collapse laning phase, it's going to be, if the Shadow Fiend goes for, let's say, the Tread Strum build, and then you've got the Bloodseeker going for maybe an early Maelstrom to have tempo, but you can see in his quickfire right now, he's got the Diffusal. He's looking to try and take early fights and just completely remove the Medusa from the game.
Yep.
It's an interesting build. I kind of like it because you kind of want attack speed, but he's going to rely on his team to get HellRaisers low to then mitigate the lack of attack speed items and just play off of his passive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, you always like building Diffusal into Medusa though, don't you? It's just like that extra little bit of value.
It's just such a good item, especially in... Like, people are coining this patch as like the Diffusal patch because so many of the existing cores are picking it up. So you got Slug, Naga, PL. You can flexibility for like Juggernauts or TBs, for example, can flex into it, and yeah. The only obviously non-Diffusal heroes would obviously be like Lifestealer, Sven, but I'm sure we'll find a way to get that in them.
Yeah.
I hope not. No. That would be absolutely horrendous.
What about Medusa Diffusal? Will that ever be a thing?
And let's stop.
Pretty sick.
Nah. Just imagine if that worked though. Whoa.
Imagine if what worked?
Just like the Medusa Diffusal, like for the mana you steal that you gained.
Alright.
Funny trying to start punishing these stacks just by nabbing one of the big creeps.
Yeah, Magical, he's like, well, one less creep for me, I don't really mind, it's still a huge ass stack. Go on, LS Smasher, Thunderclap it. Deny that. No, you can't deny this creep.
When you got the jelly.
Yeah.
Oh, like any jungling type core.
They're going for a fight there. Ilias, he's dropping super quickly here, but Kasani has to go to the low ground and TP out due to the rupture. They still get the kill onto Ilias, but Maposhka, oh my goodness. Bloodseeker just tears him a new one, and Funnick also not going to be surviving this engagement either. Na'Vi get 2 kills in return for their captain going down on their support player.
You know, we'll be like super happy with that. We won't really care too much. Like, Funnick is playing quite a sacrificial offlane right now. He's opting to try and prevent the Shadow Fiend from flashback from the jungle, but in return, Na'Vi don't have to really commit much to punish this movement. Like, Bloodseeker's already in the area. Disruptor happily will die there. Like, I think HellRaisers, the moves they're making, they aren't actually stopping Na'Vi from farming at all, and Na'Vi already flickering between a 1 and 2k gold lead.
Yep, that's looking pretty good for them so far. This high-paced lineup they've drafted is looking to have a pretty amazing laning stage. Anyone who's not really getting much out of the lane is Pasha down here in the bottom lane, but he's still getting enough. And Pucks don't exactly need that much to be a factor on the map, so HellRaisers is certainly going to be abusing this soon enough. The only factor is the next factor this game. How quickly can this Medusa farm? How quickly can she be a factor in this HellRaiser draft?
And look, you can see this is what happens in all the games, right? Like, this is why these pos 4s have such prominence. Like, they buy boots, they're annoying, they run around. Sure, Gilga didn't really have the biggest impact, but now we get given that free lane. Like, they just go jungle. Sure, he's actually just getting ganked.
Oh dear.
It was the battle of the position forwards in mid lane, and unfortunately, Clockwork's a little bit better, especially when your Shadow Fiends are able to quickly rotate in from his jungling farming pattern just to punish you.
Yeah, don't touch my son ever again, says Shadow Fiend. As in, they will go, well, grab the outpost for bottom, but the XP's already come in. That is going to be equal. Counter is looking to be more or less equal as well as Medusa. Everyone's starting right now. Does manage to get off the Stone Gates just before she loses the mana and doing a decent amount of damage, forcing Ilias and Pasha back. Meanwhile, Crystallize being chased here. Kasani looking forward here. He's only got the Resonant Pulse though. Doesn't have any points in Dissimulate, so hard for him to keep chasing. And now with Magical coming up as well, Kasani needs to run. Does actually manage to catch out the Bloodseeker with that. Now jumping forwards with the Astral Step. Hello. Oh no, getting glimpsed back, sorry, by Ilias. And he's still on the run as a nice fish.
Something with the invis, but they don't want to fight. They use so much and haven't really got anything else from it, so just a quick reset. All 10 heroes is chilling in the bot lane at 10 minutes, as you do.
Yeah, we'll throw it over to Net Worth and see no big surprises here with Crystallize and Magical on those top spots, but Nyx very close behind. Kasani not doing too badly, but definitely lagging a bit when it comes to the gold, and definitely needs to find some pickups in order to make up for his rough lane.
Kasani going back to mid, he's like, you know what, I don't want to give this lane up, I just want to farm. This is the thing, like, you make so many moves and these moves just prevent you from like just hitting the jungle, hitting neutrals. Like, you have to hit neutrals at the start of the game.
Yeah.
It sounds like common sense, but people get like attracted to the idea of the game feels a bit awkward, so they feel pressured to move, to do something. But normally doing something actually could be your biggest downfall, because you leave the lane in which you could become fat from.
It's an awkward choice for Void Spirit. I mean, he is a ganking hero at heart. I feel like, you know, he always needs to be getting kills to stay up, just because he doesn't have a ton. Well, he's got a bit of farming potential, but without the points in Dissimulate, it's pretty hard to flash farm wares or anything like that. So he's kind of built into this ganking build, yet unable to really find himself any kills so far. Only 1-0-1 start off this match at 12 minutes in, but hopefully there'll be more opportunities. Gilgate getting a blink would definitely help Void Spirit and help HellRaisers find the kills without needing to bother them juicer and just let her farm, get her the space. But he's a long way away from that blink dagger.
Is under attack.
Yeah, you're not going to be seeing much activity coming from HellRaisers. We mentioned this in the draft.
Getting jumped by Slayer here, and I'm not sure who's going to escape this one. Does able to break through from the cogs, and now Kasani coming over. They're actually able to keep him alive, and even Nyx coming over for this one to kill off Slayer. HellRaisers, they punish pretty damn hard. Miposhko will live. Oh, and digs up a salve. Hello. Thank you very much.
4 hero rotation there just to keep your position 5 alive. And then the instant smoke up from Na'Vi, they're like looking to capitalize on this like high presence in the mid lane, try and move bottom. But again, HellRaisers instantly smoke as well, identifying that this might be a move that Na'Vi make, and Medusa
didn't get the Stone Gaze off, so running out of mana now. But okay for the time being. Alright, now Crystallizer's getting on top. The Echo Slam comes down onto Crystallizer, trying to throw everything they can to protect Nyx, but Magical's coming over. He's a big boy with the big damage, pops the drums, right click's coming through, glimpse as well, throwing Nyx back, and they will finish the job. On to
How
the
do they
Medusa.
stop them running at them? They can't. They've just got nothing to do it.
Yeah, HellRaisers, they're falling apart right now. 3 heroes dead as Na'Vi invade the jungle.
Kasani, Hugged and Tower got 2 seconds to his next ultimate. Should just be able to ult away, but doesn't have TP for 10 seconds, so maybe.
Radiant structures
are players searching, but I don't know, they're pinging it. They're going to see him with the blood right here.
But they have not. Just leave him be, lads. Leave him be.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to it, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
лопату, я с ней, наверное, 5 на 5 играм.
If I get ags...
находят легко. Пожар. Я думаю, шот попадает по энчантрам. Ты пока побай. Паник успел. Поднимался. Стены поднимались, успел выскочить.
Could have waited maybe on the glimpse there, Elias, but unfortunately they didn't have vision of this high ground here, so if he does just force himself up, then they wouldn't be able to actually get a glimpse off anyway, so I think he did all he could. Unfortunately, just a case of the Enchantress. Not really killable in that situation. But middle tier 2 does go down all the same. Na'Vi keep the chips rolling in their favor, really putting pressure on HellRaisers here and just try and shut them out of this game every way they can. HellRaisers, meanwhile, they are still just looking at Medusa and going, farm, little lady, farm. We're all behind you right now, and with those 25 minutes comes the tier 3 items.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Yep. They need the chonky lady to be a chonky snake. Truth. Unfortunately, she's not the choice right now. That title, that accolade belongs to the Shadow Fiend, who is a big boy. Picking up that Dragon Lance as well. Damn it! Keep missing these slams, but down in the bottom lane. Yeah, we're not doing well. But Gilgear, being a sneaky boy, in the trees and grabbing themselves a kill onto Pasha. The thing is, last time this happened, Na'Vi immediately started going for objectives. I'm wondering if they do the same thing again up here at top. Right now, Magical, he's swaggering his way over.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower don't look good. Radiant's top tower ain't looking too steady.
Yeah, they're taking the... They're just... I mean, it's just Shadow... It's just Magical taking the advantage. No one else needs to be here. Throw down a blood right maybe.
Top tower has
Magical grab it. And yet another tower going into Na'Vi's pockets. It's simple. They've got the Aegis. They know that they can't really jump the Shadow Fiend. There's no Echo Slam. Their team fight is just gone. Medusa is not a factor yet, but the big have a butterfly. Oh, hook shot through. They're catching the AA. They've also got Nyx split by the Cog. So she decides to pop the ultimate really early here and just kind of run around the fight. But yeah, I mean, nobody cares. She's still trying to chase down Slayer. Slayer does get low, but in comes a coil. Oh no, Medusa again, throwing down her face, trying to bring her down. Medusa, she is going to get run down by the Shadow Fiend. Magical has more than enough damage to take down the Snake Lady. And there goes your carry. There goes the thing you dreamed of, HellRaisers. Oh. Yeah.
Players here. Radiant's bottom tower's still there, but not for long. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Radiant's bottom tower must have been dizzy. Dire's middle tower's in trouble. Which one's Dire again? Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There it goes.
Yeah, I do agree. Keep the chokehold coming. They're just getting tighter and tighter. The noose.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Incoming. Dire's middle
trying to
tower is
avoid
under attack.
getting himself rooted here. There's a Na'Vi gank crew coming forward. Oh, Void Spirit, he's been caught out here, and unfortunately there's a big boy coming, but the yours should give him just about enough time. The Silence is there as well, though. They're comboing up nicely. The right clicks, Kasani on the run, double jump, TP away. The Spirit Vessel's on him as well, and in comes the stun from Slayer.
Shut your trap.
He makes him work for it, but it is another kill going the way of Na'Vi. Continuing to put on the pressure and just punish every single thing HellRaisers tried to do. It must feel really, really crap for HellRaisers right now.
Top, what are we gonna do, boys? Run bottom.
Yeah.
One stop with all these do. Sure that. Oh wait, over.
Yeah, they do have that slam, so maybe that will mean Na'Vi play a little bit more. He's right on top of a ward. What? Run. Ooh. Yeah, he's still dead here, unfortunately, Gilgear. He's in a real bad position. Come on, sir. Let's see what you can do. Spider legs across, but they're going to commit the coil then. Oh, that is a bad snap. Pasha whipping Gilgear down and whip it, snip it, send it to your aunt. Gilgear getting dropped, and yeah.
1 minute, right? Look at the pink. Look at the top banner in there.
New treasures. Yes.
Passive game. Thank God this is
'Tis a treat. And now Glimpse back onto the Void, but he's got the dissimilate able to dodge it anyway. Even Funnick actually being a bit aggressive here. Shaker with a buyback. Yeah, Funnick's in some real trouble right now. Pasha coming in from the side. Doesn't have the call for a little longer, but yeah, didn't really do a whole lot. And now he's in this vulnerable situation where if he dies again, they're not going to have their Echo Slam for a very, very long time. I mean, at least previously they had the threat of the buyback slam. And I want to point out something else here. In previous patches, you would see Navi go high ground right now. They definitely would have attempted to take a tier 3, throw in a bit of a siege. No point right now. It's not going to deny any of the map from HellRaisers because there's no shrines anymore. Therefore, there's no actual point killing tier 3. If you go in high ground, it's got to be for racks. And this is an adjustment to Navi's gameplay based on the patch. And yeah, I think it's just worth mentioning.
Monster kill. Onage.
Yes, see you later.
Get away from.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to find something. Nyx needs to get back to his team. Will be able to do so. Has the BKB, and it's going to go and just use it, pop the Stone Gaze as well. Try and find a fight. Ilias should be the target here. Can they finish off the support? Yes, they can. There we go. All right, they get one kill, but me on the backlines and Poshka's also been brought down by the Bloodseeker, and now a hook shot through the side onto the Earthshaker as well. Earthshaker doesn't have a chance of getting off his ultimate, and now he's dead for 70 seconds, but Juice is going to follow as well. 84 seconds out of here. Meanwhile, they'll try and get the combo out onto Kasani. They get it easily done. The silences are out. Funnick being eaten up as well. Now, they are just taking HellRaisers' game and throwing it across the room, not allowing them to play anything even resembling Dota right now. This game is just all Navi. I'm not sure we can say they're back just yet. Well, we've still got a whole series to go, but this game, it's definitely looking good. It is coming up, Navi.
I'm ready to go.
Dire's putting a hurt on Radiant's middle tower.
I'm around waiting.
Stay near.
Jesus Christ. Oh!
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Played. Pasha with the blink coil force. Yeah, that's how we do. That's how we do. I mean, to be fair, this Enchantress actually needed to die. Rupture out onto Kasani, allows for the easy hook shot. Glimpse as well, just throwing him about all over the place, bleeding him dry. Kasani is but a prune of a man he once was, as in comes a slam! Oh my goodness, unfortunately though. Yeah, there's a clockwork there with a battery assault. It was cute, it was nice. He got off a decent amount of damage there, but, well, apparently none according to the fight recap, but...
The slam and then no.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the fissure and got the enchant totem off, then I think he would have gotten both the calls there, but
it was very good.
Unfortunately there was a clockwork.
21k.
And now you don't have slam for this Roche fight.
Wait, I think it's
Invisibility!
Roshan's dead! You ever been underneath his pit? A lot of good stuff down there.
Coming up on the 35th minute of the game, and it's looking like it's a Navi story from start to finish here. No real chance for HellRaisers to do anything they wanted. Only 7 kills so far at a 23k gold net worth lead for Navi. This Medusa, she's...
For the twins.
Truth, yeah. Ilias, he's heading towards the Aghanim Scepter as well. Could be there soon, but honestly, I really don't feel like they need it. What's the big deal about Medusa getting BKB off anyway? They've got the Abyssal, they've got the damage to rip through her. She is sealing like a wet blanket currently. Rapier would definitely change that. Chrysalis also a decent boost to her damage. This item's so crazy right now, my god.
We're thinking about it quite a lot here. What about that? No idea how.
Yeah. Na'Vi outside the base, looking to push up and break the high ground for the second time this game. There's Enchantress with the Enchantress Quiver is super annoying. Now the full stuff again though, onto the Medusa, catching her out and bring her down instantaneously. No buyback. Medusa just immediately gets her chicken roasted by Na'Vi. And unfortunately, full staff didn't really help the Enchantress much there, but that was really her only option. Gilgear hanging out on the side here, but Slayer, he's looking. With these spider legs though, Shaker able to put around it quite easily, but maybe just go slam the creep wave if you're Gilgear here.
Top barracks has fallen.
No.
Radiant's top barracks ain't gonna be barracks for long. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand with flare.
Hold it. See you later. Yeah, I'm kind of just watching the screen, waiting for the GG to appear right now. I don't think it's going to be far off. I don't really think there's anything left for HellRaisers here.
Rock it on. This might be the last
final lane of barracks will fall.
Now have mega creeps.
And the tier 4 tower is going to be starting siege now as well. 15 seconds till the juice is up. I mean, HellRaisers, maybe they can defend. Maybe they can sit and kill mega creeps for another 20 minutes. Maybe they can get a rapier on the Medusa, but it just seems... Yeah, we certainly are. Nyx comes forwards here. He has respawned. Na'Vi, are they going to back themselves away? Nope, they're going to rupture up Nyx. As she actually gets glimpsed from the fountain straight back to the other side of the map. That's what she's doing up there. I was wondering. Na'Vi, well, they're going to say see ya. If you want to drag this game out, then you're certainly allowed to, but we aren't going to bait ourselves into any kind of fight here.
I love winning! Silence!
Oh yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Don't worry guys, okay, I'm gonna put my address in chat, and if anybody's close enough, why don't you just come and lob food through our window, okay? But yeah, doxing myself, the strat. This one I get a Molotov instead. It's a risk I'm willing to take, I'm a hungry man. Tits coming out Nyx's way. I mean, I think if you're one of the HellRaisers playing right now, right, you got to make sure, especially the captain, he's got to make sure that everyone on the team is on the same mindset, where you're just like, you know what, guys, let's just play it out. You know, we'll enjoy the game. We'll play it out. We're probably not going to win. The chances here are so goddamn low that if anybody's just like having a miserable time being like, oh, I don't want to play this anymore, then you probably need to leave. Like, you probably need to call GG. But if everyone's just like, hey, screw it, yeah, let's play. Let's, you know, trusting Gilgear to get a slam, trusting Nyx to defend the Ancient and just kind of be our tier 4 tower since we have none left. BKB going to get popped actually the Rupture and the Static Storm going to waste onto Nyx here. Yeah, I mean, they used him. The BKB's even being popped as well. Aegis going to run out. Might be a real opportunity for a fight here from HellRaisers if they can find the engagement, but unfortunately their initiator is so far on the back lines that jumping forwards is not really an option, so Na'Vi are allowed the free disengage despite messing up their ultimates. There's nothing HellRaisers can do to really come back, fight and shut them down, but you know, Na'Vi, they're very chill about this. They're just like, alright, whatever, no Aegis, no Static Storm, we've got the time to just wait and come back again a little bit later. What are they eating on here? You know, these aren't even the creme de la creme of creeps. These are mega creeps. They give nothing. They're eating the nuts at the bottom of the bag.
For the
smoke up.
Invisibility.
They've found it, haven't they? Na'Vi taking it slow. They're coming to poke again. Yeah, 6 seconds till the static storm's up. They've got Rupture again. Na'Vi, let's go. Rinse and repeat. Round number 2. Oh, there's a cute little courier as well. Funix Hyperstone gone. I love this enchanted quiver on Funix though. It's so funny. Just every now and again. Oh yeah, here's a like 500 damage nuke. Oh, there's a 4-star and another static storm gone to waste. BKB used from Medusa. This time they're committing though. Jesus Christ, Kasani, what happened? He's just gone. Stone Gate's being used as well. Medusa will clean up these creeps, but inside the tether, she can't really chase any further than this. Meanwhile, Impetus is being thrown the way of Crystallized, dropping his health a little bit here. Nyx continuing her tower impression, and I'm believing it. Yep, and then comes a slam down onto the Shadow Fiend. Do they have the damage taken down? He pops the cheese actually, but it doesn't matter. They just focus the engine, and there it goes. It will fall. The GG is called. Na'Vi take the win. Ignore heroes, hit buildings. Medusa, she's tanky, but who really cares? The Ancient isn't as tanky as a Medusa. So it will fall. The GG is called. Na'Vi take the win. Ignore heroes, hit buildings. Medusa, she's tanky, but who really cares? The Ancient isn't as tanky as a Medusa, so we'll just kill that instead. That's Dota.
That was the conclusion. That's Dota.
Yeah, Ancient falls and you win. Good. That's the game right there.
I think Gilga playing the Surfshaker, it doesn't suit his playstyle. He likes to be able to run around, skirmish, and fight on repeat. Hello.
Just saying hello, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair play. But yeah, so when you play Earthshaker, it's a completely different style of fort. You're playing around a bigger cooldown, and also your kill potential mid isn't as simple as like a Clockwork running in, a Tiny coming in with a toss. You're playing off a distance, and the biggest issue is you have a Void Spirit against Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend dumpsters that matchup. So now you have a Shaker who cannot rotate on mid, cannot kill a Shadow Fiend. He cannot really do much top because you're against a Bloodseeker and a Disruptor, so you're kind of like underwhelming. Yep. They also mucked up the initial wave where they were making a double wave going into the Bloodseeker rather than it being the other way around. So the entry was actually under level because the Bloodseeker could deny everything. And then they tried tri-laning bottom. Overall, I think just laning phase and the general draft in itself was the biggest downfall for HellRaisers, and but I really want to see them pick themselves up and pick a more aggressive and coherent lineup. Play off of Gilga's ability to be annoying. Earthshaker, you can't be annoying unless you have the lanes to do it. They just didn't have it this game.
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from and totally agree with the sentiment as well. I think, HellRaisers were my favourites coming into this, and yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see them kind of go for this really slow draft. That's not really the Dota they've been playing so far. Yeah. They haven't picked this Medusa before, I don't think, and it doesn't really seem to suit them very well.
The thing is, though, the Medusa pick is fine if you cover it with the right heroes. The issue in this game was they got to the point of their draft where, like I said, they need a win condition. They need a hero that can maybe stand and hit creeps or hit anyone.
Yeah,
and that is basically Medusa. But then they're picking the hero to save their draft. But the draft is already so kind of mishmash. Like I said, Na'Vi's draft is so clean. It is, because you look at the heroes and each one of them, you're like, damn, you got Catch, you got Stun, you got Wave Clear, Tower Defense, you got Tower pick-off potential, Roshan, you got everything. And then on the other side, you're like, we got no front line. Kind of push is kind of awkward. We can't really do this. But we can slam them.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything stunned.
That's the thing which Na'Vi did a great job on taking advantage of as well. Like every single time they lost a hero to their slam from Gilga hiding in the trees, and it was nice plays from HellRaisers. It was really nice to jump out there, get the solo kills. Yep. But then Na'Vi were just like, okay, yes, we've only got 4 heroes, but they have no Echo Slam. Where's their team fight without the Echo Slam? They've got an Enchantress, Medusa, and what was the other one? Void Spirit. Like, where's your lockdown? Where's your control? Where's your team? But you don't have it. Na'Vi just realised that, and they go, whoever dies is just like, sweet, cool, I'm the sacrificial lamb here. Everybody else, it's go time, boys. I'm just going to sit back.
But it's that sweeping motion.
Sip my tea.
We don't have have any.
No,
we are literally the UK bedroom level studio, and we don't have any tea. We'll fix that. Don't worry.
We will.
But
Yeah, we'll
it's that
get
sweeping
everyone.
motion from Na'Vi. It's honestly we haven't seen it that much from this region so far. But it's that ability to understand that they are so much stronger, and they perfectly move from the bottom to the top map non-stop. And it's so hard to get out of your base when you have this wall of death just kind of organically moving around your side of the map. Like, what do? There's deep vision. Sure, they never were able to get any deep vision on the other side of the map, so you could never play aggressive. Like, overall, I think Na'Vi what we just streamed was not legal on Twitch, but hopefully we get taken down.
It was a dumbstering. Yeah, I want to say as well, like, as I was mentioning in the cast there, the decision not to GG out, it's fine as long as everyone's like positive, you know. In the games like that, you want to GG out if your team has like, you know, if your vibe of your team is like negative. If everyone's going like, oh man, like this feels crap, we're losing, you know, they're destroying us, they're so much better than us. You need to cut that shit out straight away. But if your team's like mentality wise, it's just like, lol, we got mega creeps. Screw it, we got a Medusa. We don't need towers. We've got a Medusa. You know, Gilgir's like, hell yeah, boys, I'm ready to get the slam. And keep playing, man. Keep playing.
The key thing about mega creeps and why you actually have comebacks occur is simply as soon as you get mega creeps, you take away gold from the map for the opposing team. So if team with mega creeps, you lose gold simply because your creeps are always pushing in, killing the waves, so you can't farm the waves. So technically, that is why mega creep comebacks are possible. In this game, it was never happening, to be clear, but in general, mega creep comebacks occur due to you get mega creeps quite early. If you get them around about, let's say, 30 minutes, and then the game goes on to 60, you have 30 minutes where
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You are mine. Come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago.
Far, because my god, I'm sure you're thinking it, I'm thinking it too. The drafts in this current patch are so boring. Nyx, Clockwork, Snapfire. Oh, it's always the same stuff. Earthshaker to some degree. Bloodseeker's kind of had its prominence. It's just so kind of meh. But now we've got ourselves a nice little Darkseer game. I like seeing one new little bit of flavour. Oh, I'll sip that in a second, good sir. I hope it's nice. But focusing on this draft first of all, Nyx Darkseer, really solid lane. I've seen people try running a Darkseer with a roaming support, like a range support, sorry. So I think Nip ran it with a Rubik, I think, in one of the major qualifier games. It's a little bit underwhelming. You can run it with a range support, but you don't get that direct enable. So here you can see HellRaisers opting just to go for that Nyx. And I really like this change, simply because Gilga's playing on a low cooldown, in-your-face hero. You know, he can get in there and just be obnoxious. Pair that with an AA, easy setup. You find someone with Vendetta, you layer it with the Ice Blast, and now you're getting some free kills.
Yeah, this draft feels way more comfort for HellRaisers, and that's exactly where you want to be in this series, you know? You don't want Na'Vi to force you to play this weird game where you're like basically relying on your Medusa to get farm. You want to be playing active. You want to play around Gilga. You want to play around your kind of high tempo, which you've been winning with previously. And I'm not sure. Actually, no, I do know why HellRaisers decided to switch it up last game. It's because they saw the opportunity for a different strategy and they went for it. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. Na'Vi caught them off guard with how active they were being, and maybe they're watching the last series and were like, "Hey guys, like no one's actually playing at any kind of decent tempo right now.
Everyone's being passive."
Medusa, but Na'Vi, they did break the mold a bit and were able to actually find their excuse me,
Die
their
quietly,
rotations.
please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, and everyone's very upset with my coughing, I think, but yeah.
But this, I've said that. Oh, I think I've been casting now for like 4 days for this since the start of the qualifiers, like yourself, okay? And my god, I really dislike Abaddon. Did you? The game yesterday with Chappie. He has a great laning phase. Got to give it to him. Absolute stellar chap. You know, gets that early dominance. He has high CS. Probably top net worth. I think he was like 3.5k when everyone else like 2.5, 2.8k. So he was having a great time.
Killing it.
But then he's in Abaddon. He had Crimson, he had Vlads, and then he just sat behind his cores and just done nothing. Because my god, Abaddon core is such a tempo-based hero. You have to have a good laning phase. You need to move with your team. Sure, in this game you got the Monkey King and you have that ability to go, but HellRaisers right now, how do you lock down this Storm Spirit? You got Disruptor, a lift, maybe some Monkey King stun. It's so hard for you to lock this guy down, and that's why they just instantly snapped it up at the end of the second phase. So, and I think that is simply because of Abaddon. If you had any other hero there with a stun, it could be a little bit better for that late game, of course. Again, focusing on laning phase, Abaddon is a really strong laner if picked into the right lane. But again, I would need to pick any carry here. Probably Sven. Yep, I was thinking Sven. I'm not memeing. I actually you can't see in here, but Sven was about to come off the tip of my tongue.
All right. Well, look, you don't get any points.
Instant replay. But, we have the technology. We can go back and you can see the
syllable that
Yeah, exactly.
Snake Lady, Centaur,
but
Harry.
Abaddon actually will lane pretty well against the Sven, so don't expect anything too wild coming out from this Sven A lane. It's okay because you have that stun combo because of Cold Feet.
Stun and Cold Feet, right? There's kill potential there.
But Abaddon, the shield.
True, the shield, yeah.
No kill potential. And Abaddon Rubik is very good because you take away their damage with Fade Bolt, and then you're already pretty tanky on Abaddon. So this bottom lane will probably be Abaddon favoured. How do they actually take that into the mid game? We'll find out. But Na'Vi with the last pick, magical last pick.
I still want to see something quite high tempo out of magical. I don't want to see something too slow.
They could potentially. Now, Brood's kind of awkward because they have a storm for the jump and they have big explosive damage from the Sven. T8 there.
Okay, magical T8, easy peasy.
Didn't even see that hero wasn't banned. Of course, magical T8. It's pretty solid.
The thing is, I do like this though. I think this is still good enough to kind of make up for the fact that you've got an Abaddon core. You have two very active heroes which can play at a high tempo. My worry is that it's not going to be as easy for them to completely shut HellRaisers out of the game this time.
Yep, and how about the fact that Na'Vi, they they have a bad front line. They got Monkey King who can jump in and Magical that jump in. But HellRaisers, they don't really care if they get jumped. They got the tankiness from Warcry. They're going to have auras on Darkseer. They're going to have potentially a 4-star for that, just the ability to prolong the fight with the Nyx. So I think HellRaisers, as long as they're positioned correctly, it will be really hard for Na'Vi to take fights unless they have a really good laning phase on Na'Vi, and it's just as simple as just moving around the map, doing that sweeping motion that we saw in the last game, and just going from pick off to pick off to pick off. Because of course, if you have a 4 or 5k net worth lead at 10 minutes, it's pretty easy to confidently just go across the map. As I move that closer to the mic, I hope that wasn't too bad, but...
Alrighty, let's find out how this second game is going to go. Cheers to game number 2. Starting right now, it's Na'Vi versus HellRaisers in this best of 3 series to find out who's going to hit through to that major. Winner just goes straight into the major. Loser will have to go down and face...
The loser will have to play a VP in the lower bracket.
Exactly right, right. We'll see you very shortly for the intro to this game of Na'Vi versus HellRaisers.
Dude, now this is the hard work bit. Ready? Look at this. Look at this. Ready? I need to do this swivel.
You are not muted, and we are live.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I just said we're getting better at this. I'm just being honest. With the bedroom cast, we're allowed to be honest.
True. That's our selling point, isn't it?
Dude, I didn't say anything edgy.
Raw casting. Meaty. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I mean, the game didn't start as quickly as I thought it would, but there we go. A very quick opener, but that's fine. You know, we're nailing it. We're nailing it. All right.
I just refuse to cast at this point. They've seen me as my true self. I just said that we were getting better and being honest. But anyway, moving on. I need to get the laptop. If we're being honest, give me a second, lads.
Oh, the guy that requested toast is upset we didn't get toast, which is fair. We did say we'd get toast, but unfortunately we'll started walking out. We started brewing the tea, and then it was like, oh, the draft started, and I was like, oh,
and this
crap.
tea is pretty banging, to be fair. I'm gonna be honest out there.
Thank you. It's
shout out to Nomad for his tea making skills.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's right, mate.
My speciality.
I don't have enough room to hold the tea and the mic on this table, by the way. Again, raw.
Sounds troublesome. Just drink all the tea. Just down it. He's struggling over there. T's having issues. Meanwhile, I am not. Let's have a look at some lane matchups. Magical versus Kasani, Storm versus TA. Boring matchup. I mean, you might get yourself a kill, maybe when the Storm hits 6, or maybe with the TA playing with Sideblades a bit, but more than likely it's going to be the TA kind of with the slight advantage, but both of them going to do pretty well. It's more about how they play after the lane. I don't think there's going to be many rotations into the middle lane, so it's going to be more about how the pickoffs go post-laning phase. That's generally how this matchup goes. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we already talked a little bit about the fact that the Darkseer is going to be playing with an Assassin. More than likely, they're both going to go behind the tower and start to split the creep wave up, kill those creeps before they can get there. Monkey King, he's an alright hero at last hitting under tower. Not the best, actually. Doesn't enjoy it too much, but he should have an okay time doing that. And up at top, we spoke a lot about that lane as well with Nyx on the Sven. Going to be very little kill potential against Pasha on the Abaddon with the Aphotic Shield and along with the Rubik as well. In fact, I do worry that the Sven could get shut down a bit if Na'Vi can find their momentum up here, but I imagine it's just going to be a pretty stale farming lane. In fact, they're all looking pretty stale except maybe this bottom lane if HellRaisers go here. And yep, here we go, cutting that wave almost immediately.
But they don't do enough damage with it unless they have the second shell and then they stun it. They still they had nerfs to the. It's very awkward. Oh my god! Sure, it was cool, but 3 heroes sharing the XP. Normally, this play is made by 2 heroes. Before, it was 2 heroes could make the play very comfortably with body blocks. They nerfed the amount of damage level 1 Iron Shell done. So for some reason, they brought a 3rd hero down here, maybe just to be present, so they didn't get. Yeah, I don't know. But now they're just doing the double stack shell skipping. The position 5, the Disruptor, cannot come over to contest this area of the map. Normally, what you'd see in these moments with the Disruptor v a solo Darkseer, the Disruptor would punish the hell out of Darkseer, but with Gilga kind of holding the hand of Funnick, Ilias cannot really do much right now.
Yeah, it's going to be not frustrating for Ilias. I mean, he's still getting plenty of value out just from throwing down these Thunder Strikes and dropping these heroes nice and low.
Yep.
He is actually doing a great job. I mean, Disruptor is one of those heroes which you kind of want in this situation who can just harass so heavily by himself. Meanwhile, the Monkey King, he's already actually moving the creeps over towards the jungle camp as well to make sure he's maximizing the farm. He's getting down here on the bottom lane. Let's have a look over towards mid now as we've got Magical versus Kasani here. And honestly, it's Yeah, you know what? Let's not look at mid. It's super boring. 10-0 for Magical so far. Kasani at 9-1.
But don't forget, no one in the previous game did kill the TA solo. So, Kasani technically should be able to do it. It's been proven.
It's a tried and tested method, but Kasani's taken some real big damage from these side blades.
Magical is a
Did he have a
TA
haste rune for
specialist.
The kill last game, did he have a haste rune for it?
No, I believe it was just a normal raw kill. Unless my memory's kind of gone a bit skewed, but I hope so. But now you can see in the bottom lane, I think it's the most interesting lane.
The tower could be in trouble. Magical, he needs one more right click, but the Fairy Fire comes in from Kasani with the overload hits as well. He's actually surviving. Meanwhile,
the courier though.
You were right, down in the...
Magical, buddy. Gotta make sure you keep track of where your couriers.
Top lane though, they do actually find themselves 2 kills as both Miposhka and Nyx go down up here. The grand debate is the real first blood was in top lane all along, and a second kill on top of it as well.
The Abaddon Rubik lane, it's so much better than a Sven AA.
It really do be. It really do be. Sven AA can do nothing.
Like, this bot lane now has kind of collapsed where they got the first skip, and now Gilga tried playing the lane and Disruptor was able to follow the Darkseer. Darkseer had the TP out, making the double wave. So you've now got a wave pushing in, which is somewhat fine, but it's how do they manage this? Does Gilga have to dip out? The Darkseer can take solo XP? I'd like to see the Darkseer just get solo XP, but I think Gilga might just die here, missing the stun. And now 1 slap, 2 slap, 3 slap, 4 slap. Oh, gets the Jingu. Beautiful.
Yeah, Monkey King peeling the Nyx assassin open like he's a banana and feasting on his fleshy insides. A nice delicious kill down in the bottom lane for Na'Vi as they start to
but now he has the Jingu, he can get a single deny, and I think maybe just get another deny or 2. Nice. Oh, 2 deny. 2 range creep denies, I'll take it.
Intense CS casting coming up right now.
Sorry, this is the most riveting thing that I've seen in the last 3 minutes and 43 seconds and counting. Actually,
the 2 kills at top were pretty high.
Yeah, but did you see them?
Go to work. No, we saw Magical.
Yeah, exactly. Point proven. Thank you very much.
Kasani, once again, taking damage, but Magical will miss on the uphill there, and Kasani's able to bottom himself up, but oh my goodness, Magical, he's playing him, he's gonna get the kill with the side blades alone.
Oh, the tables have turned, the TA players are on the rise again, down with Storm Spirit.
This meme was brought to you by Templar Assassin Gang. Jesus. Magical, he's a monster on this player, on this hero. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Silence comes down onto the Sven once again, and they're going to dive the tower, and with this Aphotic Shield, they might just have enough damage miscall as well, bringing down
You hate to see it, you do, but Abaddon v melee here is the one time Abaddon can actually shine, and especially when you have a support that relies on like his ability to kind of throw out these weaker stuns, and that you can just hard dispel. Yeah, finally, a first wave Abaddon. I said this yesterday and kind of jinxed it. I said, finally, and Abaddon's having a good lane, maybe a good game. This is the same scenario. He's having a good lane, but can he transfer it? Gilga is TPing top though, maybe surprise stun. Woo! And he's in tower range, but
Fade Bolt finds him, but Pasha...
4 stick. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Still getting run down. He is going to survive for now, but yeah, I mean, Na'Vi, they're just in full control of this game right now. 7-0 every single lane, looking pretty damn good for them. Only one who's even slightly struggling is Pasha, but I mean, the kills they've had, he is nowhere near struggling. Funnick down at bottom, going to be able to get the TP out, Boundless Strike already
to the
used.
tier 2, he has only a Soul Ring, no more regen. This is poverty Darkseer right now. He's going to have to farm this. Oh, this is so sad to see.
Time to jungle, I guess.
He's not even going to get the XP for it. He's just going to get the gold and he's going to run off.
Where's he even going?
He's just shelling 2 camps and then going back to jungle to get the gold from the big creeps.
Get the XP, right?
Yep.
Well, it's a sad, sad life. A sad, sad story for a sad, sad Darkseer. Can we find any happiness for HellRaisers in this game?
Yeah, the mid-game team fight, the brutality that you can bring once they get past this laning phase.
Yeah, if they get past this laning phase, I think. Nice 2-man stun from Gilgir, saving Nyx, allowing him to run the tower here. They won't be able to respond to this, and Pasha once again dropping low, but he's got that shield to throw out onto himself, so he'll be okay. Nyx gonna self himself up as well, or be self by a teammate, but Na'Vi happy to bring 2 heroes up into this top lane and make it a tri-lane to fight into HellRaisers here and continue the pressure coming through onto the Sven. Storm 6, he could come to top and try and make something happen here, but the thing is, if you don't, then you've got 4 heroes up in the top lane and no kills and no movements and no value from that. And also, is the likelihood of actually getting a kill very high when you've got the Baden with shield ready to go? I really don't think so.
But Magical just manning up as well in the mid lane, but top. If you just look at the last hits right now, like this is how you want to see this Na'Vi lineup. If Na'Vi had gone even, then I'd be a little bit worried. But you can see Crystallize. Darkseid just cannot come to lane bottom. He just turns up, slaps him 3 times, hits him with a stun, and boom, you're out of here. Well, technically, he slapped him 4 times in stun, but still, you know, slaps him enough to kill him. There we go.
Ah dear, it's a bit of a burner. It's a bit of a burner, but HellRaisers, they do stand a chance. You know, they're going to hit some peaks with their ultimates. They've got Storm with the Ball Lightning, who can make rotations. Surprising. Top lane, they dive the A once again. Jesus, you look away for 2 seconds, and once again they are diving. And they got the Darks here with maybe some points in Vacuum later on, combo that up with maybe a Storm Hammer. But yeah, as you say, they've got amazing team fight, which HellRaisers will work towards, but until that point, Na'Vi are just slaughtering them. And
I guess the key thing to note though is HellRaisers, they can't stop this TA. If she does get that early Death Loop Blink, how do you stop her from just jumping the backlines? Like, you have no saves, you have team fight, sure, but if Na'Vi make the first jump, I just don't see them being able to recover because they just won't be in the right position. But they do get the stun onto Magical with a bot rune. Hold up,
Cold Feet out
rune,
as
cheeky.
well.
The Abaddon's behind him. Is he even gonna die? Like, they use so much there, and
shield out onto Magical, helps him survive this one. Gilgate turning around with a stun, but now Na'Vi are actually on the offensive. The Spike Carapace's going to do a little bit, but Miposhka still gets popped, and it looks like down goes the Nick Sasson as well. Sven pops an ulti somewhere. Oh, he's actually just going to get to jungle nearby.
The best thing there is, whilst Magical's getting dove, he doesn't even have his wand in his inventory. He has the clarity instead. So the entire time, he's like, alright, cool. I don't need a wand. Oh, there it is. Now it's in. Just the Abaddon TP, like, he was already so tanky with the refraction. They have no way to really eat through refraction. With these supports, like, sure, if you hit Cold Feet, then it can eat through some instances, but on the second refraction, they just don't have anything. So that's why he appeared so tanky in that engagement.
Yeah, bit of a beast. Had a bit of a good lane, to be honest, and now second in net worth. Only one above her is a Monkey King because of all these solo kills.
Another jelly, back-to-back jellies.
Such a good item to have. Feels great. Doesn't use up a slot. Gives you a bit of regen, helps you jungle, helps you farm, helps you fight even a little bit. Such value. Alright, let's rate your top 3 tier 1 neutral items.
Top 3 neutral items?
From the tier 1, yeah. So you got, I imagine the big contenders are Mango Tree, Shovel, Royal Jelly.
It's probably faded bro. Okay, so I'm gonna take away consumables.
Really?
Yeah, just for just so I can take a
No, just do them all.
All right, do them. Okay. As they kill Funnick again, nothing really surprised down here. I'm gonna go with faded brooch, shovel, and the jelly. I think they're probably the top 3 right now. As they continue the fight, Kasani just zipping around, not really doing much, and zipping back away using his entire mana pool just to show off that he can move like this.
Yeah, well, he was trying to get the bounty rune, but unfortunately wasn't able to do so. And it's a little bit silly. Meanwhile, his middle tower has gone down as well, so next he's just firing off this ulti off cooldown to farm up as quickly as possible.
A 6k gold lead at 10 minutes. This is like Na'Vi just turned up today. Like yesterday, there's a close game, but then today it's just a whole new Na'Vi, just making sure they're not leaving any room to punish. They just want to get to this major and just have their little break.
They just want to be in Twitch chat whenever Virtus Pro are playing against HellRaisers.
And Funnick again just dying. This is actually such a hard lane bottom. They've been so outplayed in this laning phase. It is like he has 1800 net worth. The position 5 disruptor is 1 creep away from having higher net worth than Funnick right now. This is such a painful position to be in.
Yeah. He said HellRaisers have a good mid game, but at the moment it doesn't look like they're ever going to reach the mid game.
After this start to the laning phase, when you talk about mid game, that HellRaisers will have no presence in the mid game. They'll come online much later. They still need to take another 20 minutes or so just to even get into this game.
But you know what, T-Gov? You can never discount the Moonlord. Gleb the Moonlord, Funnick God, Dota 2, all-star player. He's going to lead this team around. I'm ready for the jump in, the vacuum into the Stormhammer. HellRaisers They still have everything to play for.
At what time are they hitting this vacuum? With what damage? Sorry, just a quick check.
It'll come. It'll come when the Moonlord says it will come.
So around about the 35-40 minute mark, yeah?
It'll come, Tika. That's all you need to know. Okay, we're not getting into specifics here. I can't pretend to know the mind of Gleb, but I trust in Funnick. Stole and Ball Lightning. Steals the Arcane Rune. Get flexed on.
Oh, they even making sure he's got just a bit of mana. Will they try and turn this into a bot fight?
He's going to get started, so they're going to unleash with the Static Storm onto him as well. Sven, I'm not sure he can actually tank this one up, but the Surge is going to help him get away. Glitz comes back, in comes a Storm. They're looking towards Crystallize, but in comes a Shield. They do bring him down, though. The right clicks are there. Nyx just fighting up on the front lines. A 3-man stun. Oh no! Magical turns up, cleaves through them, takes down Nyx. Kasani's able to get himself away. Still got a bit of a mana to work with as well. Meanwhile, Funnick on the run. Lift up onto the AA. He's turning around, though. He's trying to get the kill to slay it, and will be able to do so with the illusions. Moshka will give his life for that play, but I think that one's worth it. But Magical still the king of this fight. A stun thrown out from Gilgir, but it's too late. The tower is most certainly going to Magical right now.
Poshka is not ready to give up in this game. If he didn't hit that double AO on the Monkey King, that would have been so different. The Monkey King was ready to throw out his stun when needed, but he couldn't throw it out until the AO effect had been removed. Otherwise, of course, he just wouldn't heal. And yeah, within that time, blown up. This is the one way that Na'Vi can kind of give HellRaisers too much room, is moving to objectives but not set up. You saw how when the TA was present in that fight, especially with that triple stun, it's such explosive damage at this time. Like, no hero in the game is equipped to deal with a Deso TA. Like, that's why it's such a strong hero. The meld, the Deso strike, you can't buy this much armor at the start of the game. And now you have but like, she's off farming on the side whilst Navi's making this play, which means at the start she has to TP to the outpost and then run over, and it's just a little bit disjointed from Na'Vi, I think. But again, they didn't lose any like gold lead. They still took the tower, so overall they're fine. But they can't make these mistakes later on when it gets a little bit like closer potentially.
You know what, Tiga? Some wise man once said, it's not about how hard you can hit, but about how hard you can get hit and get back up. And that's what Navi's going to do after this small loss in the bottom lane. They're going to keep on the aggression, looking for their blink on the TA. And once they have
to be clear, Na'Vi is currently pummeling, in this boxing analogy, right? They're like round 4, the guy's like all bloodied in the face, and he's maybe like poked Na'Vi, right? He just poked him back. Na'Vi is very much still the strong beast in this matchup.
Maybe applies to HellRaisers as well then. They've been punched a bunch, but they still managed to fight back into Na'Vi.
Exactly.
Both of these teams showing that they are indeed worthy to be here in the upper bracket finals for the major qualifiers.
Next though, trying to push this tower bottom. Na'Vi don't really care about this bot side of the map anymore. There's no reason to really take a fight and defend this tower because it won't lead to any objective. The next play Na'Vi want to make is Roshan. They're going to want to move up into this jungle, either just fully commit to Roshan right now with the double meld. As you can see, Magical currently sitting on the floor, perusing the beauties that is Roshan, and slap. The first meld, second meld, and Roshan begins.
Yeah, minus 18 armor. I've seen it so many times. It's disgusting. It is just straight up disgusting how quickly TA can take Roshi, dropping them to the triple meld there a bit. Pasha going to come in and help out with the attack speed also. And between all of them, they'll be able to take down the lovely beast. The love hearts from Roche are ignored by Na'Vi. They'll kill him all the same and harvest that Aegis for themselves. Right now, Onyx continuing trying to push lanes out, but Na'Vi looking for some more pushing. Looking to see if they can take some towers with this Aegis in their hands. Meanwhile, HellRaisers just doing what they can, farming up, grabbing every morsel of creeps across the map, and actually going for a smoke play. They've got coming out to them on Nyx. It must be something big. Oh, it's a Mithril Hammer.
Radiant are scared.
Yeah, they're going to try and look for a fight right now. Sven doesn't even have BKB. This could be quite dangerous. I think
structures are fortified.
This is a make or break play. If they lose this play here, this will most likely be a high ground loss for HellRaisers. So they need to be careful. They do have vision, but
I mean, Na'Vi don't have. All they've got is the Silent Trap. And
they have a sentry.
Here they go. Magical jumps in straight onto the front lines. Punic though, trying to get in still, and Nyx with the ultimate. He's actually going to be able to tear through the TA's first life. Can they keep in control for the second one? Crystallize is going to pop the ultimate, and it's a really nice position. Sven in the middle of everything right now. Static Storm coming down on him as well. They will be able to bring down Nyx and Funnick. But Poshka is trying to run away on the backlines. Gilgir, he's got to pull out some really fancy moves. He wants to apply to this one. It's not really happening, is it? They've got the Thunderstrike for the vision as well. Passion
they've got the ward. Yeah,
they'll chase him through the tree line and grab themselves that kill. Meanwhile, Magical finishing off Miposhka as well. Oh, it was nice from HellRaisers. It was a really nice attempt there, but unfortunately, the Aegis comes back and the Monkey King just drops that ultimate, and Nick suddenly finds himself surrounded by monkeys inside of a static storm and with no chance of surviving that fight. And once
but now they have no god strength, they have no wall. This is just complete map control now from Na'Vi. Like, this play would have been perfect if the TA just didn't have Aegis, but of course, has the Aegis, the positioning is covered. Like, I think Na'Vi, technically they didn't really respect this high ground area. Like, when you're posturing, they were using the outpost as their primary source of vision in this fight, and you can't rely on that because it doesn't really extend into the steps area, which meant that HellRaisers were able to get that really good vacuum wall onto the TA and get rid of her first life. But it's her first life, she has 2. You're not going to kill her twice and then you kind of run over you. So I think it was a good sign of HellRaisers trying to be aggressive, but I think it's just a little bit too late in terms of being able to utilize that for a punishing play. Of course, it does mean they're out of it right now, but it's just very difficult.
It's a long journey up for HellRaisers, and they're going to have to play a lot more, and to be honest, a bit better if they want to stand a chance of winning, and
I'd
also
like to
force
see
some mistakes out of Na'Vi.
Yeah, I'd like to see HellRaisers kind of split the map open a bit. Let the Storm just try and play a bit aggressive, pushing out waves, and same with the Sven. Try and get as many creeps as you can. Stop trying to take fights for now. You need probably BKB plus 1 item on the Sven to do some damage. You want the Nyx to maybe get a Blink Dagger or a Meteor Hammer just to have some presence. AA, you can keep your brown boots, buddy, don't worry. And then Dark's there. Oh, he's going for a mech, but he needs so much more, and he's just lower net worth than a Rubik right now. So I think HellRaisers need to take fighting out of mind for now and just keep pre-waves pushed out.
Yeah, that's the only thing they can do, really. Just work on relieving the pressure which Na'Vi is trying to put onto them. Is there smoke coming out from Na'Vi, or are they just chilling? They're just chilling.
Just chilling.
Having a chat. Talking about their day. Talking about what they're going to say in Twitch chat to Virtus Pro next game. Next series after they've won.
This is where they just don't care, they just brush it off. They're like, cool, thanks, no worries, we're at the major, cool, chill.
You're going to have someone in Twitch chat on the Russian stream called like 8 Pasha saying Zayat's little left Na'Vi for this, question mark.
Where you at, minor VP?
Coming up on the 20-minute mark now, HellRaisers, I mean, they're showing life in this game. You can definitely say that. I think, whilst being 11k behind, they're still trying to make plays, which is good.
Can I quickly interject? I think I'm going to go with, not like tenacity, you know? They're showing a grittiness to participate, and you got to rate it. You have to respect they're still playing as fives, they're still trying, even though their laning phase was a catastrophe, they're still trying to execute their lineup, which, in fairness, if they do catch them off guard, they can blow them up. But the key issue is Magical, very close to BKB. Monkey now has his BKB. Abaddon, he's got Pipe and he's like annoying as hell. Like, even if HellRaisers hit the perfect combo, I just see a lack of damage coming out from them, and Na'Vi just being able to walk over them. So let's just see as they slowly walk into each other. Gilga's scouting out right now.
Glimpse as well, bringing AA back down. The poach is just like, well, alright, guess I'll sit here for a bit. No problems. Slow out on Tim as well. I feel like Mushkard's ready to embrace death there. He was just like looking to stare his aggressor in the face. Or maybe he was just turning around actually so that if they did come in he could get off an AA blast. I'm not sure. That's probably more likely, to be honest. That's something which I've noticed some players abuse a lot more than others, is the direction you're facing. Like, one thing, when you're casting spells, when you're blinking, when you're four-staffing, I mean, four-staffing is the obvious one, but when you're casting spells and when you're blinking, especially after you've died from an Aegis or getting out of like a puck phase shift or something, you know, some players will just kind of accept that they've got to go within a very short range of movement because you don't have time to turn around and blink in a different direction. The turn rate will affect you.
Yep. That is true. That is.
And Miposhka just making sure that when he was actually stuck in that kinetic field, that's why he's looking in that direction. He's staring them down. I mean,
funny.
Oh, okay. Caught pushing out the top lane again.
Trying to push it out, but he cannot.
Yeah, it's kind of fine, I guess. Like, he has to be here. Someone has to be trying to do this. We talk about relieving the pressure. Not all the maps are going to be easy to do that in, and the top side of the map is most definitely the most dangerous part for them right now. So
I think the theory of the dead lane currently exists for all 3 lanes for HellRaisers, in which if Na'Vi keep moving across the map, it's so difficult to take any lane. Luckily right now they have this kind of bottom half of the map that they can farm up because they have been let out. But I think Na'Vi right now, they take this tier 2, they're going to push through bottom, clean out their jungle first to take away this farm, and then move in. They've already farmed up parts of the dire jungle, so HellRaisers are going to really feel the pressure right now. As you can see, look, Crystal is already pushing through, cleaning up some of these creeps, and just forcing this dire lineup back onto their very small area of the map. Look how sad it is to be dire right now. This is what you control, like, right there.
Yeah,
I use the term control very lightly, like...
They've got these 2 wards down, so I mean, this is almost like their 2 defibrillator paddles trying to revive their bottom dead lane and at least have one lane to farm up in for Nyx. But yeah, unfortunately, Na'Vi don't really care about the vision. They're just going to walk down here anyway, and they don't really care if HellRaisers come and fight them because they'll just come and fight them harder. But still, it's been a... Has it been a plateau for Na'Vi? It's a very, 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 very slow raise in net worth. But I guess that's enough.
Yeah, the TH bringing out the small crit. I think again, it's about just playing it slow. They don't need to do anything special. I think if you give too much time for HellRaisers, it makes your high ground potentially difficult. And I mean like too much time being like another 15 minutes. I think within the next 5 to 10 minute mark, I think any logical siege at high ground should just be Na'Vi favoured. Again, it's easy to say that when they're 12k after 23 minutes. That was a really hard thing for me to think about.
Good news though, we did get to a 420 scoreline.
Very cool.
Very cool indeed. Another good news, it feels like the tea is kind of helping my coronavirus a little bit, so that's good.
Bye guys.
It's too late.
No wonder you wanted to invite me here.
And let's spread it.
To the Bedroom Studios, a brand new studio bringing you high level coverage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm.
There's just a lull in the game, right? So might as well just say some stuff.
Have your mouth, D.
Hello?
HellRaisers, they're sticking around looking for something. They're picking out mid, but this Abaddon is just not a target.
Dyer's top
Gear.
is under
Right
attack.
under a sentry as well. Crystallize out on top as well. They're targeting up
Nyx.
next.
He has the BKB at least, but doesn't
Gonna
do
turn
anything.
around, stun comes out, but immediately purged off the BKB and the Broad Time come out from both. They just turn around and mincemeat out of Nyx. And now, well, goodbye. Glimpse back, another kill. BKB's at dawn. Yeah, cool vacuum stun combo. Unfortunately, they just borrowed time and BKB immediately, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well,
These
great.
BKBs, what damage do? They rely on the Sven explosive damage. He hasn't had a game, not going to do any damage. Nyx has no items, not going to be able to do any control. Darkseer, a creep in this game. So I think HellRaisers beautiful wombo combo draft, but they just can't execute it. Na'Vi are honestly running over them 2 games in a row now.
They're buttering their bread.
It's now 2-3-4. We can count.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Looking like we're heading towards a very clean 2-0 for Na'Vi here. It's the team which was supposed to do badly. They were supposed to be disrupted. They lost Zayat, who they had put so much stock in as a team and as an organization, and yet they come out and they look absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think the key thing is roster shuffles are always worse for the team losing the player, right? Like the team gaining the player has like the understanding that's most likely going to be happening, and then they can already kind of pre-plan how they want to do things. And then it's the awareness like, oh guys, by the way, I'm actually leaving, by the way. Good luck, find a player, bye. You know, like so Na'Vi out of the 2, probably was in the worst position for finding the roster, but honestly, Magical, Pasha, Crystallize, this core trio is such a good combo, and I think just losing the position 4, there's so many high-skilled 4 players in the region that I think honestly losing him, it wasn't the biggest kick in the teeth for them.
Wojtka, goodbye.
Deleted.
2-shot. Thank you very much.
Feed me if you must.
Pasha and Magical now onto the high ground, and they will get the Curse of Vernus up on the tower, increasing the attack speed of just about everybody, including the catapult. Now they started the barracks as well. Meanwhile, a smoke around from HellRaisers here. They're looking for something, but unfortunately they've caught out the Nyx on the back here. Crystallize will pummel him. Nyx looking for a target. They can't find anybody. His teammates are just dropping like flies around him. He takes a shot at Magical. Magical shots back twice as hard. Kasani on the backlines trying to make it back into the base. He will do so. But unfortunately, this your God Strength now running out. Your chance to fight looking like it's gone. A 5-man vacuum from Funnick. Not going to do a whole lot, though. Maybe if there was like a little bit of difference here. But unfortunately, that's it. Game
Na'Vi has done it.
To Na'Vi. They'll take the series 2-0 and secure their spot in the Major. Na'Vi are going to the Major. They might just be a little bit back.
It's unfortunate to see from HellRaisers, but I don't think these guys, they're going to be able to bounce back. And I think Na'Vi, they just showed up at a whole new level this game. But HellRaisers, going into that lower bracket, they've still got one more chance to qualify. You've got to play against VP. It's going to be another close series, and I think these lads, I think they deserve it. They've played so well this series. Honestly, hasn't showed what they can do, and I think if they can just kind of regroup and go again, then hopefully VP isn't carrying too much momentum from their previous win, and then it will actually be a close series.
Yeah, it's man, I mean, it's just, I didn't expect Na'Vi to come out this strong, honestly. I didn't expect them to look this good. They did